Hi everyone, this is Adie from Adie's Crafts and Things, and today we're going to be making this very cute little star ornaments since it's Christmas almost. So make sure you grab your hook, your yarn. Let's get started. Hi, welcome back. So for this particular project, we're going to need actually a little bit more than just your crochet hook and your yarn. We're also going to be needing a cord or something similar so that you can loop around your star. You will need your scissors and an embroidery needle, and depending on how frisky you feel, you can also get a fabric stiffener if you want to make sure that your ornament stays nice and stiff. If you don't mind the softness of it and for it to be a little bit more flexible, then you can skip that one. Now this one is a great project to use any leftover yarns that you might have, any scrap yarn that you have. So for this one I'm going to be using some leftover yarn in this very bright yellow. And this is a very nice, fun, quick project to make. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start with the magic circle. If you'd like to learn how to do this, I'll go ahead and post the link in the description below. Otherwise, you feel free to do like a circle with like a chain 3 or 4. So from here, I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do 5 puff stitches. So if you haven't done that before, we yarn over, insert your hook into the circle, pull up a loop, and you have to elongate it a little bit. You have to make it nice and long. Yarn over, pull up another loop, yarn over, pull up another loop to where you should have 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 7, and then we're going to chain 2. Let me double check. Yeah, chain 2. And we're going to do 5 of those puff stitches. And one more. And then from here, now that I have 5 puff stitches, I'll go ahead and tighten my loops. Okay. Then I'm going to go on top of the first puff stitch here, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. I'm going to do a slip stitch into the chain space for row 2 and do a chain 2, and I'm going to do a cluster. The first one's going to be a cluster of double crochet 2 together, but then after that is going to be double clusters of 3 crochet, like double crochet 3 together. And we're going to chain 1. And now I'm going to do a cluster of double crochet 3 together. And then I'm going to chain 2. going to go into the next space, and I'm going to do a cluster of double crochet 3 together. Chain 1, and then another double cluster, and then chain 2. We're going to do that all the way through the round until we finish it. I'll meet you back here in a moment. Okay, so now that I've done the last chain 2, I'm going to go on top of that cluster, if possible, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, and I'm going to do another slip stitch into the chain space, chain 1, and onto that same space I'm going to do a single crochet, and then onto the chain 2 space I'm going to do 4 double crochets, chain 4, and then 4 double crochets into the same space. Then we're going to go in between the 2 clusters on the chain 1 space, and we're going to do a single crochet, and then skip a cluster, and on the chain 2 space we do again 4 double crochets, chain 4, and then 4 double crochets into the same space, and then a single crochet. So we're going to do that same pattern all the way through the round, and I'll see you back here and I'll show you how to finish the star, and we'll do all the little finishing touches really. So see you here in a moment. All right, so to finish it off, I'm going to insert my hook into that first single crochet we did at the beginning of the row. I'm going to pull up a loop and do a slip stitch. And to make it as nice and seamless as possible, I'm just going to pull my yarn through. I'm not going to tighten it too much. And then we're going to go ahead and grab your darning needle or your yarn needle. And then I'm going to go through the next stitch over here. I'm going to get closer to see if you can see that. I'm going to pull the yarn through that way. And then I'm going to go back to that last stitch we had right there. And I'm going to put the yarn through there. So that it looks nice and even. Looks like it's not focusing, is it? Can you see it? And then from here we're just going to sew your ends in. So you can choose whichever way works best for you. Now this one, it doesn't have to be too secure necessarily, since it's just going to be going on the Christmas tree. It's not going to be played with, hopefully. But yeah, I started making these originally because I had little kids and I didn't want any of my Christmas ornaments to be broken. And they have been on our tree ever since. But you can make these in any color. You can use scrap yarn to make these. They make very lovely gifts, and they don't really take that long to make, which I really appreciate, being able to do a nice quick project that you can just start and finish on the same day. Makes you feel accomplished. And you end up with something very nice and pretty. And then from here, we'll go ahead and grab the cord that we're going to be using. I'd say you want to probably do, I'm not sure, about 10 centimeters, about 4 or 5 inches-ish. You can make it longer or shorter if you like. And then I'm gonna put it on my yarn needle, and then you're gonna choose one of the little tips on the star and just go through the 2 loops like that. And just pass it through. And then you can do a nice little knot. And again, if you want to make that little string a bit longer, you can do that as well. And there you have it. From here, if you wanted to use that fabric stiffener or depending on what kind of yarn you're using, you can use like an ironing spray to make it nice and stiff. If not, then this is where you finish your project. So yeah, hope you liked this one. If you did, make sure that you give the video a nice thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe to our channel to receive more tutorials and different patterns and whatnots. So yeah, hope you guys liked this, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.